My motto is have a plan, take a break, and never shake.
A family speaks out about shaken baby syndrome in hopes of saving lives. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for the Sunday edition of the News at 10. We begin tonight with National Child Abuse Prevention Month coming to a close. On this final day before May, we are looking at the serious consequences now of shaken baby syndrome.
Studies show there are more than 1,300 cases every year in the United States. Sadly, 1 out of 4 babies who are shaken die from their injuries. 80% suffer lifelong disabilities. Our Tammy Tremblay is here with the family's mission to stop the abuse in this special health report.
The Thompson family has an 8-year-old who requires 24-hour care. He was shaken by a babysitter when he was just 9 months old. They believe their son's purpose is to help create more awareness about the dangers of shaking a child.
We've been told that he doesn't have enough brain function to be able to know what's going on around him, but my husband and I feel very differently about that.
Colby is 8 years old now, but because of the abuse he suffered in a moment of anger at the hands of his babysitter, he now requires 24-hour care. He takes in nourishment from a feeding tube. He also requires a complex regimen of medicine just to live. The daily effort Jamie Thompson and her family goes through to care for Colby can cloud the memories of the happy baby he used to be. But unfortunately, it doesn't obscure the memory of the day everything changed for Colby.
From the police report, they say that he was excessively crying, and she grew frustrated, and she picked him up out of the extra saucer that he was in and slammed him down on his bottom on the ground. His head snapped forward, and she said she heard an audible snap in his neck.
That chilling report can't even begin to describe the months and years of anguish this family has gone through to get to some type of normal.
To us, Colby has purpose. Colby has, he still has purpose to life. I don't want what happened to him to be the last of him. And if there's some way that I can make it that another family doesn't experience what we had to, I'm going to do everything I can.
And Jamie Thompson has made it her life's work to educate parents and child care providers about the ways to care for a crying baby.
My motto is have a plan, take a break, and never shake. I need to find my out. What is my out? I'm going to, put them in their crib, in their bassinet, in their safe place, and I'm going to go get a cold drink of water and reassess the situation away from the crying baby.
The consequences of what can happen to these kids is phenomenal. And the part that is so concerning and pressing to us is that it is preventable.
Christine Baker works for a protection advocacy and outreach program. She actively educates parents and caregivers about what works with newborns when they get to that point where nothing seems to soothe an endless episode of crying.
The best thing to do in those situations, set your baby down in a safe place, a crib with no bumpers, no blankets, set them down on their back and walk away. We have never had a baby come in here who got sick or injured from crying. It doesn't happen. Your baby will not get hurt.
And parents must have the conversation with a child care provider about these crying episodes.
It could be even something as simple as, hey, I got this information in the hospital. Have you heard about this period of crying? People used to call it colic a lot.
One of the things I wish most in our situation is that she would have just called my husband or me.
But that's not what happened. And now the entire family accepts Colby's role in the community to say no to child abuse. Everyone plays their part in this house because they have a plan.
Mom or dad should have their plan of, what they would do if they are getting stressed out. That, the baby goes in a safe place, their crib, their car seat, and they walk away from it. No baby is going to die from crying, but they can die or have life-altering things happen to them should you handle them when you are angry and upset.